I wanted to have my own web series, so here it is.
My vacation to Oregon began okay, till I heard my friends say, let's go on a nature hike. It's something I think you'll like. The first few were fine, but by the third, I was so sore, I couldn't handle the climb. Exercising daily is so absurd. Watching TV is a much better use of my time. I hate nature, the birds and the bees, and all those trees just make me sneeze. The dewy grass can kiss my ass. Next time that I'm asked to hike up a mountain, I will pass. Ni hao. In 2011, I went to visit my friend Kevin in Shanghai.
Entering China is like entering a
new world, like when the 100 came down from the space station for the first time after the Earth had been destroyed. Shanghai
is super modern, and it's so efficient, and there are public bathrooms everywhere.
And even though the toilets were closer to the ground, making me feel like a giant, they were impeccably clean. Another great thing about China is everything is so cheap. Taxi cabs are the same price as the subway fare here. I got a $2 haircut.
We got weekly massages.
I also might have smuggled in a $40 The Complete Woody Allen Movie DVD collection. I say might because I don't want to be arrested for smuggling like Piper was.
Also cheap was the food, but
since I don't really like the Chinese cuisine very much, I ate sparingly, and between that and the fact there are fewer preservatives, I lost 15 pounds. That's better than when Captain Kirk slimmed down between the end of the series and the beginning of the first movie.
Attraction-wise, we went to the aquarium, the Pearl Tower, the Super Brand Mall, and to the zoo, where I had a conversation with a 6-year-old who was really excited to say,
hello, how are you? But then got extremely shy and ran away. She was as bashful as bashful.
Also, we went to the Bund, to Yuyuan Market, and to the Chinese pavilion at the expo, which had a really long queue. We waited for 5 hours in caged gates.
And then the barrier would be removed and we would all run to the next barrier and try to move past it. It was kind of like being a walker.
We went to the Shanghai Museum, full of old artifacts, the Urban Planning Museum, which had a giant map of Shanghai, the Science and Technology Museum, which had a robot musician.
Yes, even I am in danger of being replaced by a robot like Bender. One night, I treated us to the Chinese opera.
Shang-Hi's Voyages to the Western Oceans. It combined the Eastern and Western
styles, though there was a long Chinese propaganda section at the end that was all pro-China, we love China. Also, it was 3 hours with no intermission, though you needed twice the attention span of getting through an episode of Sherlock. The most dramatic evening was one night at Kevin's apartment about halfway through when his toilet exploded on me when I went to the bathroom. And it got all over the floor. It was a super mess. And since his cleaning lady had the week off, Kevin thought I should clean it up since I was the guest. And I thought since it was his toilet, he should clean it up. We had a heated quarrel, all that tension of cohabitation having been built up, and it was very intense. He got super mad and he said I should go, leave, and check into a hotel and just fly back to America, and he threw my suitcase into the hallway. Oh my gosh, we were worse roommates than Felix and Oscar, but thankfully the next day things calmed down and the rest of the vacation was uneventful.
Jai-chan!
My allergies began to ruin the vacation. My head was pounding, my nose ran, my eyes were itchy, my poor ears popped from the elevation. My achy, flaky body made me become very bitchy. I hate nature, the birds and the bees, and all those of 2013, I went with my friend Nikki to Ireland,
where we spent a week. Then I hopped a plane to visit
my other friend Tarang in
Copenhagen for a week.
The first thing I noticed about Dublin is the people in Ireland are super friendly like Ned Flanders. Whenever we had a map open, everyone was always trying to help us find our way.
The first day we saw a lot of statues, Oscar Wilde, James Joyce, George Bernard Shaw. We went to a lot of parks and saw some free art museums, and we went to the Great Writers Museum. The next day we went to Dublin Castle and saw a throne, which wasn't as exciting as some other thrones. We went to the Guinness Storehouse, which was in the shape of a beer mug, and there I learned how to pour the perfect beer. And I also had my first
sip of beer, and it is more disgusting than gruel.
Next we went to the Jail Museum, where I felt like a most wanted Muppet.
And at night we went to an Irish-style cabaret
with traditional Irish songs and some river dancing, and we actually got on stage. We spent the rest of the week driving around the island. It was terrifying to drive on the left side at first.
Cars were very tiny, the lanes were very tiny, we would be going up mountains and these other cars would be zooming past us. And it was also very confusing, even for two MIT alumni with copious maps and a GPS. We would go around roundabouts for 5 minutes trying to figure out which exit we wanted, going round and round in the circle game.
We went to Bruna-Bonnier, Galway to sample college life. We spent the night in Curvana, where there was an impromptu dance party in the bar.
Old couples were dancing, and we tried to take a picture of them subtly, and they noticed, and they tried to get us to join. It was more awkward than every episode of Awkward.
The next few days, we went to the Burren, the epic cliffs of Moher, Doolin, the Rock of Cashel, Kilkenny Castle, and the Blarney Castle, where we kissed the Blarney Stone, even though it had more germs than Sacred Heart. Our final day, we reflected on our trip in the gorgeous Wicklow National Park.
In Copenhagen, I visited even more castles like
Frederiksberg and the Hamlet Castle, because Europe has more castles than
ABC Monday nights at 10.
I went to even more museums. We biked all around town. We went to the Little Mermaid statue. On Friday night, we went to Tivoli Gardens, which is part entertainment rides, part theaters, part restaurants, and we had delicious gelato, and we saw a free concert of a pop singer named Dick Cow.
That's a worse name for a pop singer than Selfie is for a sitcom.
The next day, we stopped by Christiania,
an autonomous neighborhood which has its own rules and is known for rampant drug use. Heisenberg would have had a great time there. On the final day, we had brunch, and we went to this great
Degas exhibit, and we saw
the statue of the tiny dancer. Yep, that's two pop references in the same story.
To move, to breathe, to fly, to float, to gain all while you give, to roam the roads of lands remote, to travel is to live.
Once you've seen one waterfall, it is like you've seen them all. It's not that impressive, it's just gravity. I was bitten all over by many a mosquito. I was almost stung by a persistent killer bee. On my next vacation, I swear to veto any kind of strenuous activity. Summer of 2014, I took a trip to Germany and Paris. The Germany portion was free because it was sponsored by the German government. They bring over young Jewish professionals because they feel sorrier about the past than Rory when she had an affair with a married teen. First we started in Berlin, then we went to Heidelberg and Frankfurt.
In Berlin, we took a riverboat tour, a bus tour. We saw the Eastern Wall and the Brandenburg Gate on that tour. We saw a lot of museums, and we walked Tiergarten, and we went to the dome on the top of the Parliament building's roof, but thankfully we didn't get stuck under the dome. I squeezed in some culture. We went to a jazz club, a piano bar, a Wasser music evening at the Cultural Center, and a performance of cabaret in German, which was amazing. And we found the building where Isherwood wrote the book it's based on. And we went to the incredible musical instrument museum. They had all these esoteric and archaic instruments. And we managed to be there the one time of the week they have someone playing one of the large organs. And I took over 200 pictures and was geeking out more than the kids at Willy Wonka's factory. The essence of the trip was a lot of heavy stuff. We went to the Jewish Museum, the Holocaust Memorial, and the Holocaust Museum, the concentration camp Slockenhausen, Track 17, where they deported Jews from, and we had a bunch of lectures on modern Jewish-German relations.
Obviously, this stuff doesn't lend itself to humor, but on one of the most emotional days of the trip, we had dinner in Hockenshire Market.
This mime made me laugh so much I started crying.
He would put on a red nose and follow people and start mimicking everything they were doing. Then he would take out a feather duster and lightly tap the top of their head until they turned around. And then he'd be like, oh, it was so funny. Or if they were on the phone, he would get out a spare shoe and start talking on the phone like he was Maxwell Smart. Or this one time, this woman didn't see him at all, and when she was going away, he pulled out a bra from inside his jacket, and he was like, Miss, you forgot your bra. Oh my god, it was so funny. I was crying hysterical, and I thought I would recreate this bit for the web series, but I figured in New York, if I tried this sort of thing, people would punch me or beat me up worse than those skater boys in the pilot of Better Call Saul.
Paris was far less emotionally taxing.
It was magical, but dirtier than Gotham. And the streets wind in really strange ways, and it's so dark at night that sometimes we got more lost than Flight Oceanic 815. But we did see everything.
The Eiffel Tower, both at day and at night, when it was gorgeous. We saw the Arc de Triomphe. We strolled down aux Champs-Élysées to the Jardin des Tuileries and the Louvre, which is larger than Warehouse 13. There we saw the Mona Lisa, which was hard to get to, and the Venus de Milo. And then we went down Rue de Rivoli and stopped by Notre Dame and saw the bells, and then saw that bridge with all the locks on it. And then the next day we went to the great Museum d'Orsay,
which had so much Van Gogh that I'm glad we Van went.
Went to the Père Lachaise Cemetery, down Rue de Rosière in the Jewish district, visited Victor Hugo's house, and passed the Opera House, and saw the Moulin Rouge at night, and we saw the Folies Bergère, and we went to Saint Pierre at Montmartre and saw a fantastic view.
It was a great view, but we had to walk up more steps than Norma Desmond. Finally, I thought je parle français très bien, n'est-ce pas, mais every time I would try to converse in French, people would respond in English, because I guess I have a really bad accent. I'm just really bad with accents. Like, I can do British. British is probably the one that I do best, because I watch so many BBC shows, and they talk like this. I can do the Cockney governor, but their French accent is kind of like this. Maurice Le Baguettes, or the Germans at the front, at the throat is how they talk. He will be the frog legs, or Italian likes to use the hands. Pizza, Mario, Luigi, or Yiddish. Oi, why don't you have a Jewish girlfriend? Oi, I should be better at this one. Oi, or the Indian, I'm really bad. The Quickie Mart and the taxi cab, the Apu, the Indian, really bad at that one. Or Chinese, the tiny penis. Everybody's a little bit lazy. Oh, alright. I better stop because I'm not as good at this as Ching Dong Ding Dong.
À tout à l'heure, mes amis.
I hate nature, the birds and the bees, and all those trees just make me sneeze. The dewy grass can kiss my ass. Next time that I'm asked to hike up a mountain, I will say, no, I won't go. I'll stay inside and blast the AC. Since I hate nature, and obviously nature hates me. And I just went to Iceland, and this summer I might go to South America, and next year I might go to Israel or India, or I really don't know. And this episode's already super long, and the season's over, so here it is, the very first cliffhanger episode. Tune in to season 6 to find out where I went next. See you then on Everyday Little Seth.
I wanted to have my own web